I'm filming a video. I'll be back in a minute. Hey guys, sorry if I look bad. I really don't care. Also, it was really raining earlier and we were like out in the rain. It was terrible. Anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about my neighbor's brother. My best friend is my neighbor and her little brother is 7. And he is the cutest thing you've ever seen in your entire life. But he does some very strange things. I'm going to tell you about some of them. So the first strange thing he ever did, I think he was 2. He decided he wanted to do a handstand off the counter and broke his arm. And when I first met him, he had a broken arm. That's how I know that story. Okay, so I was over at their house and we were in the backyard and he took his shirt off and he was, I think, 3 or 4. I think he was 4. And he was like, "Amber, will you take your shirt off?" And I was like, "No." And he was like, "Why?" "'Cause you have a boobie." I was like, "You are 4. Why do you know what that is? And why do you know that females have one? Like, for real, what?" Another weird thing that he did was we were outside swinging on our swing set. At the time that we were doing this, his legs weren't long enough like to push himself to swing. And so he liked to sit on my lap while I swung. Yeah, we were swinging, and he looks at me and he says, "Amber, did you know that babies come from mommy's?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did know that." In my head, I was like, "Why do you know that? You're 5. What? He goes, "Amber, do you have a baby in your tummy?" And I was like, "No, I'm 15. No, I don't." This was last year, or like a year and a half ago. I was like, "No, I'm 15. I don't." And he was like, "Oh, you do." I was like, "No, I promise I don't." And so he runs inside and he's like, "Mom, baby in her tummy." And I was like, "No, I don't. I promise." And she was like, "Don't worry, he makes up stuff like that all the time." It still didn't make me feel any better about it. And so one of the craziest things he's ever done is something that we all refer to as the Casey incident. My neighbor's little brother has had 3 imaginary friends. He had one that he had before he moved in. I don't know about that one. Casey and grandmother. Grandmother's kind of weird because their grandmas are all alive. Like all of their grandparents are alive. And so there's no one that he could call grandmother, and he doesn't remember any of these. So Casey was one of the imaginary friends that he had that he would talk to all of the time. I remember going over there and all he would talk about was Casey. Apparently, I was told this story. My neighbor and her little brother, because she was watching him, were sitting up in her room, and no one else was home because she was watching him. Obviously, I think they went out to do something. And they were just talking, and all of a sudden they hear this loud boom from downstairs. And she's like, "No one else is supposed to be here." And her little brother goes, "Oh, don't worry, Casey." I would be so freaked out, first of all, because, one, no. Second of all, is Casey some weird paranormal entity that he has as a friend? Who knows? I don't know. Anyways, another thing that happened actually involved me. I was sitting with him in the living room, and he just started talking to himself. Because my friend, my neighbor, went to the bathroom, and so we were in there in the living room by ourselves. And he just starts mumbling. He's like, I was like, "Who are you talking to?" And he goes, "I'm just talking to Casey." And then I was like, "Well, where's Casey?" And he goes, "Right there." And he points next to him, and I was like, "Okay, have fun." But yeah, he's just done some really crazy stuff, and I just thought I would tell you guys about him. So, I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.